Does anyone know that feeling where you have a ton of hair on your head and then a lot of it gets cut off and then it feels like your whole head has been birthed again? Well, that was me yesterday. I also liked it so much so that I just had to post yet another corny Instagram selfie. For those of you who don't follow me, it's David_Seymour1. Gotta get that promo in somewhere. But what's going on, guys? My name's David and welcome back to this week's Buzzfeed test. Before we get into this week's recipe, couple things. Firstly, for those of you who haven't seen, on my second channel a while back, I did a Q&A. I'll leave the link down in the description if you have not seen that yet. But in the future, I want to do a Q&A number 2, so leave your questions for that in the comments of this video. The goal is to get that out within the next 7 to 10-ish days, so don't hold me to any specific deadline, because as a lot of you know, I am not good with those. And also, on kind of the opposite side, I'm going away in a couple of weeks for quite a bit of time, and if I don't have a video out one week or the other, don't panic, that just means I wasn't able to get one out. You guys know better than anyone that I try my best to get one out on every single Thursday. I have done so for this entire series, but that streak might end, no promises. But anyways, let's get into this week's recipe. Now last week, finally, we had a little break from all the desserts and the cakes and the pizza stuff. But of course, we gotta get right back into the sweets. This week, I'm going to be trying the Honeycomb Toffee suggested by these people. I know the video's kinda old, but this looks really good. And when it first came out, I remember wanting to try it. I just never got around to doing it, so let's see how I do today. Alright guys, so even though this recipe doesn't have a ton of ingredients, I'm still a little scared, because some of these recipes are still just as difficult even if they don't have as many. Also, excuse the dangerously low candle wicks in the background. If anyone wants to donate your candles, I willingly accept them. All you're gonna need is some white sugar, some corn syrup, some baking soda, some ground coarse sea salt, some dark chocolate to melt down, and some water. Step number 1 requires you to grab a nice big pot, throw it over medium to high heat, and throw in 1-2 cups of your sugar. Immediately after that, throw in a ½ cup of your light corn syrup, and then a 1/3 cup of your water. Once you got all your ingredients in the pan, you're gonna mix it thoroughly so all the ingredients combine. Yes, I am mixing this with a spatula. This is a ratchet operation. And then after that, do not touch it again. It's gonna boil off for about 5 to 7 minutes until it gets up to 300 degrees on your candy thermometer. In the meantime, I'm gonna go back over here and grab myself a glass pan with some parchment paper and a little cooking spray, just to make sure you have that prepared so when your candy's done you can throw it right in. So after the candy was fully cooked, or so I thought, I took it off of the heat, threw in a tablespoon of the baking soda, and then tried to thoroughly incorporate it into my sugar mixture. Now I was a little scared because the directions say to not whisk this for more than 5 seconds, so I didn't, and I would learn later that it was definitely not mixed well. But you'll see that when it comes. Either way, I threw that into my glass pan and it was expanding a little, so I was happy about that. And then I set that to the side for 2 full hours. A couple hours later I came back to it and it has some weird dark spots going on, along with those little pearls of baking soda, as I said earlier. So finally, I tried to peel this paper off, and it came out pretty easy. Flipped it over onto my countertop, and now you have to take a blunt object, I'm gonna use this wooden spoon, and hit it as hard as you can to crack it up. Yeah, that did not work. And not only that, now it's stuck on my countertop. Son of a bitch. For those of you keeping tally at home, that is now 3 broken wooden spoons. Alright people, I don't know why I'm even bothering tasting this. It kind of looks like the foaming juice that would be at the bottom of like a garbage pail or dumpster, or maybe a designer shoe. Either way. I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not exaggerating. My jaw was literally glued together. Like I couldn't get my mouth open for a second. And getting disgusting stuff everywhere. Okay, I'm done with this. Now, I know you all would be very upset with me if I left the video there. As big of a fail as this was, and as little hope that I'd ever be able to get it right, I'm gonna try it again in a couple different ways to hopefully make it a little better. So reluctantly, I threw together all the necessary ingredients once again into my pan. This time I'm gonna cut the cooking time down a couple minutes because I'm thinking maybe I overcooked that sugar. I'm also gonna try to switch this up a little bit and throw in a tablespoon of honey to give it some flavor. Once I got that to what I thought was the right consistency, I took it off of the heat once again, threw it into a round pan, and then covered that with some crushed up honeycomb cereal. I also made up a third batch and threw that into another pan with some popcorn on top. I'm hoping that with the sea salt and the popcorn it'll make a nice little salty, sweet, crunchy mixture. So another 2 hours later I grabbed the honeycomb one and that looks absolutely disgusting. Pretty gross. I tasted it anyway and yeah, that was revolting. As much as I now did not want to, I grabbed the third one with the popcorn and that one tasted even worse. So I guess you could call this one a failure. I hope you guys enjoyed this extreme failure of a Buzzfeed test. If you still enjoyed it, hit me with that big thumbs up to make me feel a little better today. Listen, at least that's the first failure in quite a while, so cut me some slack, alright? If you guys don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter and you want to leave questions for the Q&A over there, go ahead and follow me. The links will be down in the description. Or, of course, you can leave them in the comments underneath this video, and I'll try to do as many as I possibly can. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome rest of your week, and I'll see you right back here next Thursday. Peace.